sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I dine. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get funky with too groovy with me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. J-Rock ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between our visitors and the Minnesota Vikings. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And they'll run it here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter turn into bigger runs later.
Looking to throw on second down. Lewis. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Here's Lewis to throw on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Sony Michel, his first carry. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, you got 3.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
To throw on 2nd down. Fowler. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Watch him now, Barney.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
To throw is Lewis. To throw on 2nd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Let's go! What? None!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go. What? None.
Lewis now looking to throw on 2nd down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Brad 38.
Now Lewis. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And Lutz's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And out now come the Vikings. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Stephon Diggs. He's at the 40, the 20. 10, touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Elliott now to kick this one away. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a 2nd and just 3.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go!
Now Lewis off the play fake. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Lewis from the gun, he'll throw. Going up top. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 50.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple.
Lucky 56. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Over.
On first down, Fowler. And he finds a man on the crossing route. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there, 65 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now a handoff looking right. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
And they'll go on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Here we go! Grand 38!
On 1st and 10, Lewis. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while. What
it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Here's Lewis. Off play action. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. 190. 190.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Brand 38. Brand 38.
To throw is Lewis. To throw on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Lewis now. Operating from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They begin with Michel on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Set. 319. 319.
On 2nd down, Michel. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 47 yards. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They get it to him running left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Sony Michel, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now Lewis throwing on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. So 1:55 to go in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Come on, let's go!
And they'll run it here. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
Throwing is Lewis. Over the middle, complete. It's Lopez. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And that'll get him to 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Off the play fake. Fowler. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Fowler. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Here we go.
Lewis. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Lewis. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down at the 28. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And Lutz puts this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it, and you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone, and that's exactly why he did.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They start the second half with Michel on the ground. Oh, look at the juke. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
This is Hines. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking to throw on second down. Fowler. They'll roll him out right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play. From the 32 now. Here's first and 10.
Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
56 is the mic.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Leopard. Here we go now.
To throw on second down. Fowler. Throw left side complete. That's Howell. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down.
Gun.
Check.
Operating from the gun. Fowler. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down. Throwing on first down. Fowler. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a third down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on third down. Fowler. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Here's Lewis. Off the play fake. He's going to let this one go. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for the Saints. 45 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Here we go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw is Lewis. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lopez. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 7 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Lewis now. From the gun, he'll throw. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Here we go! What? 90! What? 90!
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Lewis going to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Come on, let's go!
Lewis operating from the gun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and goal from the 1. He'll get it up the middle, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there, taking it in one from 2 yards out. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On the ground, this is Michel looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Crash, crash, crash! Crash! Boom! Yeah, baby!
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, boys, got 4. 4 down.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Alert 3.
Gun! 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 Gun!
From the gun, Fowler. And Diggs has it. That'll put him north of 100 yards receiving now in this divisional round game. It's a 1st down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
On the handoff, it's Michel. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Watch that end. Tight end's right.
Again, it's Michel. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, the pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Blue 90!
He's crashing.
On 3rd down, Fowler. He's got the 1st down, and it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
What? 90! What? 90!
Following the fumble recovery, Lewis throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lopez. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lopez. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards for number 11.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Here's Lewis on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Let's go. 1-9.
To throw is Lewis. To throw on second down. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, a 22. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lewis now on 1st and 10. And it's complete to Martin. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
Now Lewis. From the gun, he'll throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down. Pretty good location there on that throw.
It really was, wasn't it? That was likely one where the receiver was either going to catch it or no one. Really good decision. And boy, what a...
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints get a bit closer.
You don't want no problem with me.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the 4th, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
Gone, 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 gone. Over.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Leopard.
Watch tight. Tight is right.
Gone, 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 gone. Watch you now, Barney, Barney.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fowler. That's out to his running back, Michelle. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
All right, now, 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Over, 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 over!
Back to throw. Fowler to Michelle on the screen. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try to cut down the length of the drive.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Lewis on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Looking to throw. Lewis throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lynch. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Here's Lewis looking to throw on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. On 3rd down, that's Hunter, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. Again on the ground with Hunter, and he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic
on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.
I'm wiser than my and check y'all in y'all beard. I'm willing to father my peers, all of my peers for all of my years. Out in the field.